to date. He's the most awarded dancehall artist. He's the most awarded dancehall musician in the whole of Africa. People don't talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're an SM fan, if you're a fan of Shatta Wale, if you're a lover of his music, if you belong to the SM religion, I would need you to watch this video, share, and then tell a friend to tell a friend. But first, you would have to take your pen and then get a jotter. We would be listing some few things down. Today, I'm about to tell you the reasons why, as an SM fan, as a lover of Shatta Wale's music, you have no reason to feel bad, to feel sorry, to be worried. If some people in the traditional media space, if some media houses, if some media people have refused to say the good things he's doing, have refused to highlight, the achievements of the artist throughout his career, especially in times that we need them to, you understand, talk about the things that almost everybody around the world is celebrating the artist for. I want to tell you the reasons why you shouldn't have a problem with such people who consistently have always resorted to saying the bad things about Shatta Wale, spreading the bad, you understand? This is a job some people have taken upon themselves to do. I hope it pays. So, like I said, I would need you to jot some few things down. The reason why, if someone decides to hate Shatta Wale, it is his business, and as an SM fan, you shouldn't have a problem. You shouldn't be worried at all, because it doesn't affect you. I'll tell you why. They are few. Because such people, they are few, they are little, they are only a few. They're not rich. Let me tell you why. Shatta Wale has been there since early 2000s as Bandana. And throughout the King's career, he has been exceptional. At a point when he realized that he needed to upgrade, he needed to be better, he had to go back. Let me tell you how he went back. Let me tell you the reason why some people in the media space, in the traditional media space, some people have always had an issue with this man. So as Bandana in the early 2000s, when Shatta Wale was still there, like I said, he was known as Bandana then. That was the times you hear him have songs like, I know they have no problem. That's a boom. You remember? Yes, that was Bandana then. So at that time, he was doing well, had good records, had good music. He was doing well. He was doing hip life. He was doing sometimes rap music. Would you believe that? Yes, Shatta Wale was doing all that. And then unfortunately, some so-called gatekeepers, people who assume that when they say you shouldn't say some, when they are cheating you, when they are pinning you, you should just accept it. In the early days of this man's career, it was unfortunate that all that he had from the good music he had done then, the early 2000s, he lost them to bad management. Yes, Shatta Wale. He lost them to bad management. He almost had nothing, to the extent that, a former Black Stars captain, Asamoah Gyan said, who is a classmate of Shatta Wale. Yes, former Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan, who is a classmate of Shatta Wale, said he saw his classmate when he knew that, when he thought that he was doing well because he had good records back then. He saw his classmate and he was worried. He looked tattered. And if someone says you look tattered, it means you didn't look great. Let me use that too. You understand? He didn't look great. In Asamoah Gyan's words, he said Shatta Wale, his classmate, looked like he didn't look great. And then he was surprised because this was someone who was doing good. He had good records, he had good music. So why was he looking that way? Charles. That's Shatta Wale's name. And like I said, as a result of bad management, bad people in the industry then, and some that are still there, this man didn't make anything out of those records. So he had to go back. take a break. And Shatta Wale taking that break didn't just take the break because he was frustrated, he was disappointed, he was broken and destroyed. He took that break because he wanted to reload, re-energize, upgrade himself. That was when he learned how to mix, master, record, and do everything about music. Yes, so for those who didn't know, Shatta Wale produces most of his songs. He mixes them, he records them, he masters them, and then he does anything. And for the record, Shatta Wale plays 12 instruments. That is why I asked you to pick your pens and your jotters. He plays 12 musical instruments. The keyboard, the drums, the xylophone, saxophone, mention them. He plays them all. And he plays his own beat. He masters them. So when he took that break, these are the things the man had to go learn, be better, like I said, upgrade, reload, energize, learn, and then come back. So he didn't just leave because he was disappointed because he didn't make any money. He left because he took that chance to do better, to be better, to upgrade himself. And then in 2014, he came back. He resumed with the name Shatta Wale. And that was when we heard the song Dance Walking in 2014. Dance Walking in the whole Ghana. Girl, the Malin in the whole Ghana. Shatta movement in the whole Ghana. Money makers thing. You remember? Dance Walking in the whole Ghana. Girl, the Malin. Shatta movement in. Money makers thing. So this time was a message that, hey, the bandana who left, the bandana who was disappointed, is back. And now he's back as the king that he is. And the girls know his name. And this time he's not about to play. SM, Shatta Movement, is a money maker's thing. So it was a message. It was a message. That song in 2014, it was not just a hit song. It was not just a viral song. It was not just a big song. It was a message to everybody that I'm back again. But this time, I'm back as a king of an empire, the Shatta Movement empire. And this time, even the girls know my name. And they link up when they hear. And this time, a movement, the Shatta Movement, is not a movement that we are here to play. We will not joke. We will not allow you to sit somewhere in your corners and dictate and on how to charge our fees as musicians, on how to do certain things as musicians. We will not allow anybody to cheat us again. We will not allow that. So this time is a money maker's thing. Shatta Wale educated, opened the eyes of musicians in Ghana on how to command fees, on how to get the charges that they deserve for performances, for shows. That was the message in that song. Dance walking in the whole Ghana. Girl, the Malay, you know, Shatta Movement, money makers thing. You remember? That was Shatta Wale in 2014. And since then, it has been historic. Hits after hits after hits after hits after hits. And at a point in Ghana here, we had some award schemes, award agencies, I don't know what to call them, award schemes, boycotting him, and he actually boycotted some of them. He substituted himself from some awarding schemes in the country because of the way they behaved. Interestingly, to date, even when he had to substitute himself from some award schemes, he's still the most awarded dancehall artist, dancehall musician in Africa. This is the man we are talking about. A man who said that I don't want to be part of your awards because of the way you do your things. I don't want to have anything to do with your awards. Me no need your awards. He actually had a song for that. Me no need your awards. Shatta, me no need your house. Me no need your house. Me know some reward come from God. You remember that song? Yes. It was a message that, hey, I have risen And this time, nobody can stop me. So if you think you don't want to do the right things, if you think you can treat us anyhow, I, Shatta Wale Charles Niyama Mensah, I don't need your awards. Because I have been rewarded from God. The SM people know that our rewards come from God. So I don't need your awards, Shatta Wale. He said it. He told him. And then he substituted himself from these awards. He doesn't even go there. To date, he's the most awarded dancehall artist. He's the most awarded dancehall musician in the whole of Africa. People don't talk about this. Recently, I was scrolling through my phone and I saw one person, one of the so-called media people, sitting somewhere talking gibberish that I mean, upon all the things people are celebrating Shatta Wale for all over the world, this man who is supposed to be part of the so-called gatekeepers conversation, blah 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 blah, whatever, media people, is there saying that Shatta Wale's house is not even his own. He didn't buy it for 2.5 million. In fact, he doesn't even own it. He rented it for $5,000, $50,000, $5,000 for a month. And then, you see, when envy eats deep in you, when you are not able to control someone that you think he should, you think he should make himself or herself available to be controlled, when you are not able to do that, then you tend to cultivate envy within your cells and your hormones. Then you grow enviness, jealousy, anger in your cells and your hormones, to the point that you refuse to reason as a normal person. So when it's time to talk about reasonable, important things, you'll be talking about, rubbish.